Is it playing?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it playing? Should I stop picking my nose? We are about to do a young up-and-coming model's makeup. Okay, so the first thing you've got to do is make sure you've got a clean face. Exfoliate, don't have any oil or anything on your face that's gonna muck up the makeup and not let it settle on your skin correctly. So after that is done, because she is very exfoliated, right? We're gonna moisturize. Must moisturize. Pat it under the eyes. It creates a really supple, pretty look because you want a dewy, pretty face. You don't want dry, rough skin. My favorite moisturizer for an all-around, just kind of general moisturizer is made by Kiehl's. They're Ultra Facial Moisturizer. It's very good. Good for all skin types. And another thing when you're picking out foundation or using concealer or anything is definitely make sure, even though she's got some pinky undertones, don't ever buy pink undertone anything. It looks bad, you know, in sunlight, in any light, it's gonna look bad. Yellow undertones look good on everybody. You're gonna grab a concealer brush, and it's made from synthetic hair. And I use, one of my favorite concealers is by Bobbi Brown. It photographs beautifully and just kind of a pretty overall yellow has a yellow undertone and it works well. So we're gonna dab just straight, it's actually Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation. And we're just gonna kind of pat it wherever it's the reddest. Just gonna kind of highlight those areas first. Just like so. Don't ever forget the corners of the nose, because those are always usually a different color than the rest of the face. And then don't be afraid to use your fingers. It kind of warms up the foundation and you're able to really work it in without having an obvious brush stroke or anything like that. Okay, so once the main areas have been taken care of, and also, I forgot to mention, if you've got some blueness under here, some under eye circles or anything like that, don't forget to hit those areas and get it right. Start at the inner corner, kind of where the eyebrow goes down like this, and start working it in there and kind of feathering it out. And again, don't be afraid to use your fingers and kind of blend it down. And even if you have, practically perfect skin, almost everybody needs a little concealer under the eye. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is kind of give her an overall light foundation. I don't like using anything straight out of the bottle or straight out of the stick. I like to custom my own foundations. That way you're making sure that you're matching it perfectly to your own skin instead of trying to buy something that looks like it might be me. You're trying it here and there to see if it's the right skin tone. Just mix your own. Buy a couple different sticks. Like Bobbi Brown, if you're kind of fair skin like her, you'd probably use number 2 and grab a number 4 stick and kind of blend this together. That way, if you're tan one part of the year and you're a little lighter the other part of the year, you can kind of add more number 4 to number 2 and just kind of mix it up. Mix with moisturizer. That's kind of your base. So we are going to grab a little from here and a little darker. I just swipe it right on the back of my hand. Throw some more moisturizer in it. Get out. And then mix it up with your finger. Just kind of swirl it around. Okay, then you're going to take your foundation brush. This was actually a concealer brush that I was using. You're going to take a foundation brush and you're going to kind of dust it everywhere she would need it. And so you've actually turned your foundation into a tinted moisturizer. Little stubborn hairs. Okay, so we're done with the tinted moisturizer that we threw on. The next step, so her face is really, has a really pretty dewy, glowy look, but obviously we don't want to walk out of the house like this because it's a little shiny, a little on the shiny side. Once you've got this completed, something you can take in your purse or carry around with you is it's called Max Blot Powder. It's not the Studio Fix or any of those. It's just regular blot powder. So you're not necessarily applying color. You're just soaking up any oil or any shininess that you get in the day, throw that in your purse any time of the day, you know, hit your T-zone and you're in good shape. But for this, we're shooting with her today, so we're gonna use, I love mineral makeup. It tends to be a little reflective under lights, but a couple tricks you can use to still get that pretty glow that mineral makeup gives you is combine it with black powder. So first of all, this is actually Jane Iredale. I think it's the best mineral makeup there is. It's very clean, it photographs pretty. So you just literally take some, dust it off, you know, flick it off, the excess, and start circling around. So we're doing this actually because we need a little bit of powder on her so that the makeup can glide easily. Because of her skin, she still needs a little extra something to cover up acne. So we didn't need to go crazy with it. We just need to dust it in the areas that, you know, are really needing it. Okay, so now we're gonna put some black powder. This is MAC's called Medium Dark. And we're just gonna dust it in her T-zone, just for shine, so there's no shine. And then be sure to get, close your eyes, be sure to get a lot of powder on the lid and kind of under the eye. That way when you start decorating, as I like to call it, start putting on eyeshadow, when the excess eyeshadow dust kind of flies down and falls on your cheeks, you've got that extra powder, and you just take it all and swipe it all away with the brush. Okay, so now we can start the decoration. We're doing a really clean, kind of 17 magazine type makeup on her. So the whole idea is just really pretty, clean, natural skin. And we want to highlight a couple things. We're going to start with the eyebrows, and those are usually one of the first things to be washed out in a shot. So my favorite thing to do is use eyeshadow as your filler for eyebrows. So I just take an angled brush. This is a MAC brush, and you just flick some of it off and start down here and just start, you know, quickly feathering it. And you do not want a drawn-in look at all. So her eyebrows are nice and filled in, but she's got nice eyebrows anyway. But you know, you don't have the obvious lines and streaks from a regular eyebrow liner, eyebrow pencil like that. I've got them, but I don't use them. You want to create a pretty arch, but nothing too dramatic, because you want it to look natural. And usually a good spot for an arch, if you line up your pencil, you look straight ahead. If you line up a pencil or a brush, it's going to be the outer corner right here of the blue of her eye, and that's usually where the arch is going to be. So if you want to create a slight arch, you can kind of go up and accentuate right there. And same thing over here. That's where you start going up and just bring it down. And again, smooth out with your fingers.